In modern culture, Japan is synonymous with advancement. From the Shinkansen, or bullet train, to Pepper the robot, Japan has been the pinnacle of technological advancement for decades. During World War II, the Japanese government committed countless atrocities against foreign civilians. However, South Korea suffered from the Japanese occupation especially. From 1932 to 1945, the Japanese government had a systemized sexual trafficking system in place for its military. Women, girls, and boys were taken from their homes and forced into sexual service at military brothels. The comfort women, as they're modernly known, were from territories extending to South Korea, Taiwan, the Philippines, and Indonesia. Although scholars believe this system had 200,000 victims, estimates range from 20,000 to nearly 500,000. After World War II, Japan and South Korea continued to have a tense relationship full of ups and downs. Several major incidents ranging from assassinations to abductions of South Korean political figures in Japan in the 70s worsened relations. However, these incidents were overcome by the mutual security concerns in the face of North Korea. Trade was eventually resumed and the Korean and Japanese economies were on the rise once again. However, South Korea's wounds from World War II continued to fester. After the war, South Korea and Japan signed a treaty known as the Treaty on Basic Relations between Japan and the Republic of Korea. This treaty promised diplomatic relations looking past World War II and toward economic prosperity. The Japanese saw this as the closing of one chapter and the beginning of the next. However, to this day, formal reparations have yet to be made, with many South Koreans expressing discontent with the Japanese government's actions so far. Still, this progress-oriented rebranding has been a focus since the end of World War II, with Japan's bad blood festering like a wound. Government-committed war crimes are not easy to move forward from, and the Japanese government, academic scholars, and the public fail to acknowledge the severity of the subject, if they even bring it up at all. Relations took another blow with the censoring of textbooks in the 2000s. In 2008, a journal article was published on how Japanese civil groups and the government censored parts of history textbooks. Specifically, the regions where the Japanese government committed war crimes. Naturally, Japan's neighbors, those victims of the Japanese government, were disgusted and condemned the censoring. To this day, this issue also remains unresolved. With this issue unresolved, the ever-growing puzzle of easing relations between Japan and South Korea becomes more and more complicated. In South Korea's eyes, skin-deep apologies have been made, but true reparations and efforts to make up for the wrongs of the past are still lacking. It is now up to the Japanese to own up to their past and to make things right. Though the older generations may fight this motion to look back, hope lies in the younger generations. Because crucial resources such as textbooks have been censored, there is a large knowledge gap on this subject for the Japanese youth. However, there is still hope with unrestricted access to the internet. If more attention is brought to this subject, then the young people of Japan can make this right. With the older politicians aging out of their government positions, younger generations will take their places and decide where their country goes from there. If attention and compassion are brought to this subject, then there is still hope for Japan and South Korea to truly make peace and move forward.